Morning. The spirit of creativity really does live in each of us. The Windows 10 Creators Update is now rolling out to over 500 million people around the world. Today, we're going to share 3 big investments we are making in our Windows developer community. With new capabilities in the next major update of Windows 10, we're going to help you drive love and app engagement for our shared customers in a growing device, input, and platform-diverse world. With new capabilities in the Windows Store and Visual Studio, we have built the most seamless build, test, and deploy workflow for your work on any platform. We are all creators, and we all know that amazing feeling when we have the absolute best tool, the right tool for the job, that gets out of the way and just lets our creativity flow. And that is why we continue to invest in the pairing of Windows and Visual Studio to be our home for all of our development, not only for apps on Windows, but for apps that span across all platforms and devices. I'm excited to share the next major update of Windows, the Windows 10 Fall Creators Update.
First, a new design system that will power the experiences for a multi-device, multi-input world. And then second, how by connecting to the Microsoft Graph, Windows PCs will enable unmatched cross-device experiences. We call this Fluent Design. The Fluent Design system has 5 elements that we're playing with and evolving. And each of these is intended to help all of us developers build more expressive and engaging experiences. I want to change topics now and go into some depth and show you a range of ways that Windows will connect to the Microsoft Graph. Meet Sherry. She's a typical creator. We think Sherry could benefit from a more organized system where content and activities can seamlessly move from one device to another. Windows and the Microsoft Graph will enable this system. Windows PCs will love all your devices. Today, I'm thrilled to announce OneDrive Files on Demand. But you can see here the Windows user experience is evolved to show that some of her files are in the cloud and not on the hard drive. Some are on the hard drive and some are locked to the hard drive or pinned to the hard drive. We're announcing today Windows Timeline. You'll see the UI has evolved to include Timeline. At the top, as today, are her running apps. But below is a history of all the app activity and web activity that she's been doing. And you see these beautiful adaptive cards? Those beautiful cards were implemented because the app developer called the Project Rome APIs to provide an adaptive card to the Microsoft Graph. As she begins using it, Cortana, implemented as an AI in the cloud, able to look at that graph data, recognizes that Sherry was just working on the kitchen remodel project on her desktop PC, so Cortana suggests that she might pick up where she left off. And you can see, here's timeline-aware Cortana on the iPhone, serving up the things Sherry's been doing. These apps can register with the Microsoft Graph, and if we know that the app is available on a cross-platform device, then at that point we can prompt the user to install. And that's another way that we can help patch these gaps. So as Sherry moves from her PC to the phone, or the other way around, if a cross-platform app is available, we'll help the user get it installed. We're all working to deliver this love and engagement for our users in the app experiences we build. And with the Microsoft Graph, we think we can reconnect our users over time and across devices. Our intent is that these features will facilitate people re-engaging on their PCs, using Timeline to go back and do things again, or helping them discover new value cross-device, finding an app they didn't know was on their PC or on their phone. And when users have a great experience doing all those things, that generates more love and engagement, creating a virtuous cycle that's better for end users and better for all of us as developers. Fluent Design, Files on Demand, Timeline, Cloud-Powered Clipboard, these are all ways that we're going to make our users' lives better. And all of this is possible because of the Microsoft Graph, the Intelligent Cloud, and the Project Rome SDK.
We announced the .NET Standard, which was a big step forward in making it easier to share code across platforms and the cloud. And that's why today, we are so pleased to announce support for .NET Standard 2.0 for UWP, available later this year. We've heard the feedback loud and clear. Align XAML syntax to make it easier for you to share UI. And so today, we are pleased to announce XAML Standard 1.0 will be available later this year for Windows, iOS, and Android. The spec is under development right now, so get involved. We want all of your feedback. With .NET Standard, we now have our core shared library containing our common logic. With XAML and Xamarin Forms, we get a native look and feel on Windows, iOS, and Android. And with XAML Standard, we'll have shared UI across platforms. This is powerful. And this is what modernizing your code base looks like with .NET. Sharing code and UI efficiently across platforms and with the cloud. As we evolve the design system, as Joe shared, we're really embracing the fact that our users are constantly on the move in a world of diverse devices. And the onus is on us to keep up with them and to deliver experiences that stay at the user's fingertips. And that's why we're connecting Windows itself to the Microsoft Graph. The connection of Windows and the Microsoft Graph introduces two new facilities that your apps can take advantage of. The first facility is devices, and the second is activities. And the APIs for these will enable you to build apps that are deeply connected with your users across the devices and across the platforms that they use. The APIs are built in on Windows 10, and they're available on Android with the Project Rome SDK for Android that we released earlier this year. And today, we are pleased to announce support for iOS with the Project Rome SDK for iOS.
Let's talk about our investments to make Windows 10 the best damn dev box on the planet. Full UWP capabilities are coming to Visual Studio Mobile Center this fall. You can set up an automated build pipeline with just one click from any source repo in Visual Studio Team Services, GitHub, or Bitbucket. We're making it much easier to set up Ubuntu on Windows 10 by bringing Ubuntu to the Windows Store. SUSE Linux will also be coming to the Windows Store, and we are also working with Fedora, making it the only OS where you can run Linux applications and Windows applications, making it the most productive development environment ever. Now, there's one capability we've heard a lot about. You wanted to be able to develop an iOS application from Visual Studio on your Windows PC. Well, let me introduce you to the Xamarin Live Player. There you go. So the full capability to build rich iOS applications directly from Visual Studio on your PC. We've simplified the install of Ubuntu by bringing it to the Windows Store. SUSE is coming to the Windows Store. We're working with Fedora to bring them to the Windows Store. And now Windows is the only platform that can run both Windows and Linux apps. The Xamarin Live Player will enable you to build, test, and debug your iPhone applications from your Windows PC. And with Narrator Accessibility Mode, you can develop for people of all abilities.
Introducing our newest tool, motion controllers for Windows Mixed Reality. These motion controllers were designed to perfectly complement our Windows Mixed Reality headsets. No external sensors or cameras to configure, giving you the freedom to move from room to room, or better yet, from house to house. Best of all, because the sensors are already in the headset, I am happy to announce that this holiday, starting with Acer, we will have the most affordable headset plus motion controller bundles, priced at just $399 for the set. You can pre-order the Acer and HP Windows Mixed Reality Dev Kits at windows.com/mixedreality. The future of computing will be built by Windows developers. Enjoy the rest of the build, and from all of us in Windows, thank you.